Recap and bring us all up to speed for a little bit of inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Firm died again.
We,
Hey, I'm setting records, alright? At least it wasn't a new character this time.
we fought a beholder, and we won.
Yes, you did.
Pretty much.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I mean, technically, that qualifies for the recap. If you'd like to add any detail, you're free to, but that is what happened.
We did go back up and talk to the Sinku, who was feeling a lot better almost immediately. The cave that we fought him in was not actually what we fought him in. That was all an illusion. There was some sort of deep speech runes carved into the area, and the initial conversation, I guess that was a couple sessions ago, but basically we realized that the Sinku had been feeding artifacts, magical items to this beholder for quite some time, and had presumably given away a significant amount of the family relics to this creature that had given them power in exchange. I believe in 2 days we are to, or no, maybe it was tomorrow, but rather than have a conversation with the Sinku right then and there, as we are all covered in beholder viscera, well, some of us are covered in beholder viscera, others are covered in our own viscera, others are, perfectly clean. Don't know who that actually is, since I think we all got pretty wrecked at some point.
Looking at Zal.
Yeah, I guess Saul's probably the cleanest of us. Anyway, yeah, after the fight, we basically talked to the Sinku briefly, agreed to meet with him later, as we still are on the hunt for Rue.
I gave him a plate of beholder food.
Mm-hmm.
There was some beholder cooked up, which is man, try not to think about that too much. But a lot of 10 bit points from that beholder chow.
I'd like to say Ragnarok wouldn't eat it, but since he bit him while he was alive, I don't see any reason for him not to eat cooked beholder.
Also, the Senku's sort of like the language he used once everything settled was what do you want? With a very
Yeah.
open-ended sticker on the end of it.
Yeah,
So-
kind of offered the, I believe his words were, I can offer you wealth, property, favor. And I believe you all wanted still some time maybe to decide, but also to give them time to recover before discussing further, deeper details, politics, whatnot. Zal kicked around, if I recall, to continue a counter charm like effect to make sure that everything was still cool and copacetic.
Talked up the
Also-
bakery.
We talked up the bakery.
And
Mhm.
critically
Ember.
talked shit on the one dude.
Yep. 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 Very good. Ted, go ahead and take some inspiration, if you don't mind. Please do that. Also, Dawson, we can hear something in the background coming through on your mic. It sounds like you're watching something.
Sounds
You
like
can still hear
commentary.
that?
Yeah.
I was muted. Wait, tell me now.
Now it's okay, but you weren't you. I don't think your mic was actually muted. It wasn't like crazy loud. You could just hear it like coming in and out. That's all.
It is
We
Lilo and
just want
Stitch
to
too.
drop.
It's Lilo and Stitch too.
See, now I hear it.
Somebody knows their Lilo and Stitch. It seems. Cool. It. You would have left the Sinku's place, except for Zal. Is there anything anybody would have done that evening before we just start in the following morning?
We had talked about maybe heading back to the Lathander temple, possibly, but that's entirely contingent on how Ember is feeling and faring.
Yeah, and at the end of the conflict, it still would have been like mid to late afternoon.
So,
I'm
yeah, I
adding
think that's up to
XP,
you.
But yeah, Ember Prime is down to try to help out at the temple. Somebody needs some magical healing. Deep poisoning, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is there anybody that doesn't want to kick around and head to the temple?
Yes.
Dawson, your
Okay.
number is correct, by the way. I just redid the
Oh.
math.
Okay, thank you. I was really confused every time I looked at it. I was like, what am I missing?
Ragnarok, are you going to the temple?
I mean, that was the plan. Are you going somewhere else?
Yes, we just escaped with our lives. I don't feel like going to church. Well, in a manner of speaking, I feel like going to church. A church with a loose tap and easy pours.
Well, better not to leave you alone. That way you can drink to your heart's content. Ragnarok will go with Cal, just to not leave anyone by themselves.
Okay. Cool. Firm, which group do you then follow?
One group is going to the bar, the other to the church.
such a hard choice.
Oh, that's so difficult. That really is. Firm. Okay. Yep. Firm's not really. He's here with Ember Prime and her family, so he is going to go with Ember.
Okay. Okay, very good. Cool. Ember and Rainier, you head over to the Church of Lathander here.
Meet up with us when you're done.
Yep.
We'll be at the bar.
Shouldn't take too long.
Heading over there. It is the following day. Services are back again. As you're stepping, opening the door and stepping through, it doesn't even look like anything occurred here. Everything has been cleaned and set to its proper place. You see people.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just double checking timing here. We're going right after the Beholder fight, or we're going the next day?
Right after the Beholder fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the day after I first met with
Got it.
my buddy.
Got it.
Yeah, the day after, where everybody was like cleaning up blood spills, and push pews as someone was injured and stumbled and led, pushing their way through. There are more people about. You are recognized and allowed passage through, and you find the same equipment room as before. You see, although there was nobody else in the room in attendance, like there's still people like in the halls that you notice. So your friend has not been left alone. There just doesn't need to and nobody needs to be attending to him at the current moment. You see, they are lying in the bed. They still have their bandages wrapped on them. They are breathing softly, and their eyes kind of just slowly tick over and look towards you all as you enter the room.
I look between the two of them, and I say, Kurt, this is Ember Prime, the child of the mountain. And Ember Prime, this is Kurt Rosen, my educator.
Hi. Understand you're not feeling well.
There's a hand that slowly comes up a bit, and you see it moves and his head nods. I've seen better days, yeah.
This will take a minute. This will take about 10 minutes, but we'll figure out what's going on. I will start by ritually casting Identify.
Okay, cool. Can you just populate Identify? Just so I see what it does.
If you touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay, cool. Definitely no spells are affecting this person.
Okay. Good news. No curses, I don't think. I believe this. I thought this spell was also ritual, but it's not, so I will just burn a slot on it. No, it is a ritual. Detect poison and disease.
Yep.
Poisonous creature or disease.
Cool.
Including which kind.
Yes, you notice through your magic, you're able to determine that there is a poison affecting them. I don't have a name for the poison that the dagger creates.
Dagger poison.
Dagger poison, a fairly common kind of poison, subtle but sure, and that seems to be inhibiting the healing or the swift healing of his wounds.
Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to burn a little bit, and I will cast Lesser Restoration.
Very cool. Touching Kurt, casting and speaking the words, you see you see the veins on his neck leading down to where his like shoulders kind of bandaged, where the knife wound went into the upper part of his chest and shoulder. You see the veins all leading to that spot become black as the poison is like isolated in their body, leading up to his head, neck, and face. And you watch as the pure fire of Morden begins to like there's like a heat, a redness that follows up the veins, burning, literally burning away the poison itself. There are little flecks of ash that peel off where that poison was, almost a hiss in the air as the final bits of it are exhumed from him. His body tense, softens and relaxes, his breath a little ragged and raspy, but his eyes turn to you, Ember, and you can see there is a clarity there that wasn't there before. He looks at you and goes, "That's a neat trick. Well, I'm gonna have to try to learn that one day."
Very helpful. I fully okay. Let me get some salve on that. That's oozing. That shouldn't do that.
I've had worse, trust me.
Hey.
Oh fuck.
I don't. The +7 is dependent on how many hit dice he would have.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know.
It's an NPC, so
Yeah, sure.
it's 10 plus his level essentially.
Yeah. I don't have any. He doesn't have a sheet at all, so I don't even know.
Spoiler.
Yeah. We can say that's correct. A significant improvement after of his condition after the time that you have spent here with him. You can see begins to kind of sit up in off the kind of makeshift bed that's been made for him here. Kind of leans up for the first time, slowly but steady. You all see beyond the pieces of his bare torso that is not bandaged. Much like if you've seen Rainier without a shirt on, which I don't know if any of you have or not.
We have, because I had
Yeah,
that
we
metal
had to have
thing
the
growing on
surgery.
me.
Oh,
So
there-
I was
there you go.
I've
Yeah.
been hanging out shirtless in the past.
I feel like Rainier would have scars of duty, and Kurt also bearing the many scars of the work that they have been doing their life. Things that you can attribute to that's probably blades. Those are probably teeth, claws. Swings his feet off, and you can see he tests his standing. A little wobbly, then steady. Turns to you, Ember, extends his one good hand down towards you for a shake.
We'll shake his hand.
I can't begin to thank you enough. I haven't felt this good in years, maybe. And he begins to stretch, and you hear a loud cracking of his spine and bones. Winces a little bit still at the wound, finally healing to a degree, not ready for stretching. And looks to the three of you. His eyes linger on you for a moment, Firm, before returning to you, Rainier. So, any word about our mutual friend?
Not yet. We had a misfortune of being held up elsewheres. Firmament here, and he'll point to Firm, knows a little bit more about what we were finding ourselves against a half an hour ago, better part. extra planar creature, a beholder. You said it was, right?
Yes. He's like look around awkward. He's like, I was just in his mind. He's like, I was just here to. I wasn't expecting to give information.
We haven't yet had the chance to head after the message delivered. Unfortunately, just been held up.
What's a beholder?
I'll look over at Firm with like a raised eyebrow.
Ooh, I have this. Let me read this real quick. He will use shape water and prestidigitation to sort of try to make a little action re-scene of it.
Okay, yeah, there's a pitcher of water you can draw some water out of, and make a rudimentary looking beholder. Yeah.
Yeah, then using prestidigitation to give it a little sparkles, so it shoots like little sparkle beams. And it's like,
Cool.
boom, boom. He's like, about like that. Make sense? Makes sense.
I don't know about making sense, but I mean, is this size?
Mm-mm. Um,
Ember Prime will
Well,
hold an arm above her head.
10 feet across. Killed Firm.
Stand on her tiptoes.
he points at the hole in his armor.
Oh yeah. Dangerous
Yeah.
then, these things.
Yeah, I sort of antagonized it, but yes, they are.
All right. Well, if looks to you, Rainier, if you picked up anything, make sure you include it in the book in case we run across them.
hmm
Ooh, you got a book.
Sure do. I'll actually like
It hurts.
go over and start doing some scribing and just kind of like keep listening and to whatever conversation continues.
So, what you all traveling with Rainier here? I heard he had a couple companions.
Who's that
Have been
direction?
for some time, yep.
Yeah, a couple months now, I think.
Good. Good. It can get lonely over the years. It's good to have people you can count on. And you all seem to be finding yourselves in danger quite often, from what I hear, anyway.
Yeah, a little bit more of a magnet to it than I'm used to.
Well, sometimes it's nicer when it finds you and you have to spend weeks trying to find it.
Yeah, well, you're the one who went after the temple.
Well, I've been looking for that for a long time. And it paid off. The last piece to a fine weapon. He kind of gestures towards the crossbow. I've been looking for the pieces of that for, well, before you and I met.
You know, thanks for putting your work into my hands.
Well, there aren't a lot of us left. Best try to keep some of us alive anyway.
Whatever we can.
Oh, he reaches down and grabs a cup and scoops some of the beholder water up, and drinks some of it. Oh, wow. I got business. Takes me out of town. I didn't think I'd even be here this long. Y'all gonna be okay?
Got a man to hunt down and murder.
Be careful. This Rue, whatever they are, don't underestimate them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be heading back to Bastion probably in the next day. See you there sometime, yeah?
If we live.
I'm sure you will. You just have to have a bit of faith. May the light protect you.
And you.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, Kurt. Kurt Rosen.
Kurt Rosen.
You see, he begins to look around the space for his belongings, and you see they're kind of scattered a bit on some of the surrounding tables. He begins to gather up his supplies. Um, as you all make your exit for the room, a passing cleric comes walking by, sees Kurt up, and then rushes in the room, and you can just hear Kurt basically tell him like, "I'm okay to leave the hospital, right? I feel fine, okay?" They're like, "No, you need to sit down." I'm like, "No, no, no, I need my pants. Where are my pants?" Um, let's find out what Cal and Ragnarok are getting up to. You all wanted to get a drink. The Black Mountain Tavern, a popular place to go and enjoy a nice ale. Is there anything specific you guys do?
Yeah. Do you have a beverage that maybe it's hard to explain? Perhaps I've read somewhere if you combine different types of liquids, you might be able to get something to congeal together in the glass, like something that looks like an eyeball. Be very cathartic.
I mean, I have eyeballs I can put in there. People, just don't normally drink them.
Quick question. If people don't normally drink them, why then do you have the eyeballs?
Well, we order, we get a lot of fresh ingredients here. Hog's head, deer head. I mean, I got fish eyes, deer eyes, hog eyes.
You know what? I'll just have the beer on second thought.
All right, suit yourself.
No, I appreciate the effort. It's good creative thinking, but as you were talking it through, I realized, no, it's really the alcohol that I need. Ragnarok, anything for you?
Oh, I'll take the same.
All right. 2 large pints of ale are poured out for you. It's 5 copper per.
Oh, allow me,
Oh,
Ragnarok.
no, copper. Oh shit. Okay. I would like to get back. Was this our arm wrestle last time, or was that in Bastion? I think it was in Bastion.
I don't, I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot.
But this is a town of like mining dwarves. You could certainly arm wrestle somebody if that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you just sit down and if you just go to your table and like just throw down the gauntlet, right? Of like, okay, who wants to challenge me, right? Plenty of people will line up for the challenge.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, are
I
you
don't know
betting
if
it?
Cal wants. I don't know if Cal wants to bet, but I'm not betting. I'm just doing it for the sport.
Oh, okay. Cal, then, do you want to bet on the first? Do you want to bet? We'll do 3 rounds of it, 1 roll per round. Do you want to bet on any of this, Cal?
Ragnarok.
Mhm.
How many of these are you going to lose before you win one?
I wasn't
I kn-
planning on losing.
I mean, I know you can win all of them, but what do you mean you weren't planning on it? What are you doing it for then?
To prove my superiority. Did
Oh,
you
boy.
need me to lose some?
Well, need is a loaded term, but I mean, we could make a lot of coin. You lose 2
How
or
about this?
3 off the bat, and then we bet big on the 4th attempt. Why don't you lose the first 2? We'll bet big on the 3rd attempt, and you'll crush people.
I would say, how about I try on the first one, and then that'll determine how I try on the second one, and then the third one will be the go in for all of it.
You know what? You have fun. I'm not sure you understand how this works. Enjoy yourself, please.
Right, then I will try every time to win.
Okay, cool. I will roll the first one. Okay, you just got to beat an 11.
That'll do.
All right, first comer, knocked to the ground.
I will turn to Cal. Do you want me to lose the second one? Whispering, obviously.
Sure, let's see if we can make some coin. Go for it.
I will lose this one on purpose.
Okay, losing this one on purpose. From
Can
the
I
first,
ask the DC.
it's I mean they roll, right? So you know,
Yeah.
they rolled the 18. You can feel like, oh, this person would have put up a good fight. Okay.
I'm going to bet a gold. If I can find somebody, I'm going to bet 1 gold piece on the second round that he loses.
Sure, yeah.
Make a
go
big show.
ahead.
Oh, look how much he crushed on that first round. He's definitely got this. A gold.
Yeah, a lot of people end up then betting on Ragnarok to win the second one. A larger crowd begins to come around the 2 of you. Ragnarok loses this one.
Oh.
Good show, my
Okay.
friend. And I'll shake his hand.
Okay. Another contestant comes up.
This one I would like to rage on.
Okay.
So I'll grow my fingers out in a way to intimidate. And yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay.
How much can I convince somebody to bet against Ragnarok?
To bet again, I'll make a persuasion check. 20. All right. So this is a very hardy dwarf. Like hard to even say dwarf. Like they're about as tall as dwarves come, as wider than normal. Real thick arms, just covered in dust of the mine. And you see a couple people are like, oh yeah, Dave, he's got this no matter what. There'll be 2 people that'll bet up to 5 gold that you want what Ragnarok to that he'll
Yes.
lose this one.
Well,
That he'll lose
right. I'm betting that Ragnarok will win, so they should be betting on Dave.
yeah. They definitely bet on Dave. Yeah, they'll
And
say
I will
I bet 5 gold on Dave.
Yeah, and there's 2 people doing it. Great. So I will bet
Yeah.
10 gold that Ragnarok
Okay.
is going to win.
Okay.
Oh no. Does anyone have an inspiration?
I do. I do. Please take it.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Oh no, it's almost an 18.
You see in your rage, you see Dave's face gets red and his mustache kind of shoots out a little bit as the veins in his neck pop, and he pushes your hand down. You can tell it took a lot for him to take you at this. He stands up, cheers, everyone cheers, and then two people come up to you, to you, Cal, hands held out.
That's
Good.
crazy.
Good show. Very well done. Perhaps we should engage in more games of chance in the future. Give me a chance to win that back.
Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever you say. Come on, Dave. I'll buy you around, buddy.
Sorry, Cal. How much did you lose?
Well, 10 gold.
10 gold total?
Yes.
All right, he'll hand you 10 gold.
Well,
I
hold on.
willy twide.
I know that you did. Hold on to that for a second. I'm gonna go try and pickpocket the guys that I just left.
Okay, all right. Roll sleight of hand check. Oh, that's
Nice.
quite good. Yeah, there's no way these guys are gonna see that. I mean, they just took your coin. You saw exactly where they put it.
Cool. Anything else in those pockets?
Let's find out. What else did they have in those pockets?
Pulls out some legendary sword.
They definitely had the money to bet, so there's that.
Yeah. I'll give you a choice. On the 22, you can get something better from one or mediocre from both.
I'll get something better from one.
Okay. Snatching up the first 5 gold, you go for the second, and your hand covers more than just the coin, but you quickly slip it out and then head over to Ragnarok to then inspect what it is that you found. Opening up your hand, you see there is a chunk of raw stone in there, a green looking stone. It's a little small, maybe about an inch or so, no, probably about like 2 inches or so in diameter. Very rough. Looks like probably an emerald of some kind. Worth something should it be appraised.
Love it.
I'm assuming I didn't see that either because wisdom is my dump stat, so 20 wouldn't even help me on that.
Yeah. Nobody noticed. Nobody even noticed him.
So when he comes back, are you sure you don't want the 10 gold?
You know what? You'll buy the next round. You made the effort to try and win us some big coin. Sometimes it doesn't work out. That's what gambling is. That's the fun of it. Besides, if it weren't for you, Ember Prime and I would likely be dead.
There's like legit like liquor here, right?
Oh yeah.
How much do 2 shots cost?
2 shots. You're talking like what was it? It was 5 copper for the ale. You're probably talking like 7 copper for like good fire water.
Okay, cool. 15. All right, cool. We'll cover with 2 shots. I hope this makes it better.
Clink. Down the hatch.
Hell yeah.
Smooth.
It's about this time that Ember, Rainier, and Firm, you enter into the bar. You see there's kind of a crowd around this tall dwarf. A lot of people kind of clapping him on the back, telling him, "Was like, I can't believe you took that big fur guy." And you can see Cal and Ragnarok at the bar just doing shots.
Oh, great. That's what we're
The
doing.
urge to be like, "Hey, Uncle Dave."
Your uncle is very strong.
Spend all day swinging a mining pick. You will build some muscles. What's everybody doing? What we drinking? What's going on? Where's Zal? Oh wait, Zal's still playing for the Sinku. Never mind.
My good man, another round, please.
You see, they look up this bearded dwarf, and she says, "The name's Aleda. I'm a female." Pours, then serves more shots to you guys.
With her beard.
Apologies, ma'am. I will do 2 shots consecutively. Thank you.
Don't worry. Honestly, it happens literally several times a day.
What are we
So,
doing
how
for
was
2 days?
how was church?
I met
Good.
Kurt. Very nice. He's feeling a lot better. You didn't think we were going for like sermon or something, right?
Oh, I didn't really care what you were going for. I just figured after what we just endured, the last place I wanted to go was a place of worship.
That's fair. Yeah, given that the last time you went to a place to worship, we met Rue. So, yeah, maybe we keep you away from those places for ever.
Done and done. Wonderful. So, how's everyone feeling about our most recent brush with death?
Brush is, I think, an understatement. I'll raise another shot glass towards Firm.
Like it wasn't a brush. I saw it again. All the light.
I mean, it was a brush. You just got swept away by it.
He nods his head. He's like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." And then he raises a glass with Rainier.
Oh. Here's to brushes with death that don't take.
Mhm.
Where's that put everybody? 2 for you, 1 for you 2. Ragnarok, should we be keeping track for you?
I mean, I certainly, if we're keeping track for other people, I don't see why we wouldn't for me.
I mean, do we want to count your past experiences or
Oh,
starting fresh?
we should start fresh. There's multiple pieces of me going out. I know you see the specimen before you now, but before I was very weak. The target of many a firebolts.
Oh,
Keep a
shit.
tally.
Kieran Jr.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, so hunting Rue. How
Who's
do
also
we?
hunting us.
Yeah, who is also hunting us? How do
I
we?
feel like that doubles our chances of finding him.
Yeah, it kind of does make it feel like it shouldn't be that difficult to find.
Where do we know Rue would be at? Can we just bait him? Like use one of us as bait and bait him?
I think we could bait him. I just don't think we know where one place he would be is.
Well,
Anything from Kurt? Does he perhaps? Where did he get attacked?
It was a lost temple of Lathander. I suppose I could probably get the approximate location he was at, but I think Rue said that. Well, he said he met Rue in the city, right? Right, Sean?
Yeah, he was attacked
He
in
got
the city.
cornered.
Yeah, the reason he was in Maras was going to that temple to look for a piece of the crossbow. But yeah, he was in the city when he was attacked.
Yeah, okay. But it means that Rue's around here. I don't know what that means as far as trying to do, I don't know, shit else. Just wait for him to show up, maybe.
Well, there's also the words that Moradin gave me when I asked him. In the shadows, objects of the desire are kept, concerns of trade are met. I
Right.
think he might be in the mine. I mean, we know
That's
he
a
doesn't want to be like when we met him before in Bastion. He was granted. I mean, he was underground, but although granted that was because the caves to Rawl or whatever that thing was were down there. But I mean, if you want to hurt Maras, that's the best way to go.
Right, yeah. I think you're right. I've been trying to scratch my brain about what else it could be. I think you nailed it.
Could also be a bank, but I mean, not a lot of places to hide in a bank. I don't know. I could ask tomorrow if heading into the mine would get us closer to what we want. Do some, augury or divination or whatever word you want to use for it. Future seeing. Ooh, she'll wiggle her fingers. No, nobody. Okay, never mind. Tough
I
crowd.
mean, you're the only one who can do it, I think. Unless Firm or Zal have another crazy trick up their sleeve.
I mean, Zal's pretty good at getting word out.
Yeah.
Do we want to be spreading word around Maras? I don't know. I mean, it's a death cult. Should we be sending up the red flag to anyone other than the Sinku?
Oh, I mean, I don't know that
Go
we
ahead.
should be going around advertising that there's a death cult in Maras. Cal is saying way too loudly. But perhaps it's not. If there's a death cult, that there are cultists, right? And as we know, they also have a identifiable costume. Perhaps we ask around, see if people have seen, not necessarily Rue themselves, but these cultists wearing these the particular masks or whatever, and perhaps then we can narrow down where we might be able to find this individual.
I think because back with the Scarlet Justice, we truly thought we had destroyed all of them. I think they've learned to uh, hide amongst the populace. Perhaps they're not wearing the typical garb now. They may be uh, disguised amongst the West. At least that's what I would do if I was in a death cult.
Well, I can also just get stinking drunk and roam the streets late at night and count on you all to keep an eye on me from the shadows.
Is that an excuse to just get stinking drunk, or?
Cal drinks another shot. How dare you?
I'm just gonna remind you, not really good with the slinking in the shadows.
Well,
She'll hop in place, clank, clank, clank. At least it's a different sound, right?
does that mean you just volunteered yourself as the bait?
I mean, I guess I could be. I don't.
I don't endorse this plan, but I think if we were to go through with it, you would be the best candidate.
Well, we can walk around for a bit, but I'm gonna need to rest at some point because that fight with Zolther was whoo boy, uncomfortable.
I also need to rest if we're planning on getting in a fight again.
I think we should count on it because you know what with them wanting us dead.
All right. Well, I think that settles it. We spend some cash here and then go rest and then do something real stupid. Again?
Stupid's kind of our plan. Go to.
Okay.
Sean, when are we scheduled to talk to the Sinku again?
You guys asked for like time, so he said like a day or two. So primarily for you guys, like you could just go to the palace and like, hey, is the Sinku available, right? There wasn't a clear time. He just said a day or two to try to accommodate you all.
That's right. I think we said we wanted to try to handle death culty stuff before we talked with him about trade.
I don't remember that part, but that might be true.
We were just asking for time. I just thought it was 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, you just asked for time. That's all. Cool. You spend some time at the tavern enjoying drinks and the local company here. The bartender, Cal, later in the day, after you've had quite a bit to drink, does offer you a beverage that has an eyeball in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's have it.
Okay. Okay. She after she watches you you drink it, she goes, "That one's on the house, honey."
Chewy.
Ugh.
Can we get her name? I want to come back to her later.
Should I check you for poison?
Don't worry. I'll give it to you tomorrow morning.
Oh God.
Oh, that is the Black Mountain Inn, Aleida Bradley. Cool. Spend some time in the tavern, breaking off. If you'd like to have a room at the tavern, it's oh boy, I literally just had it up. A single room is 5 silver, a double's 8, or you can head back to the bakery.
I'll take a room here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm very big, and the room is kind of cramped.
Nice warm, like nice fluffy beds. Like these are nice accommodations here. Not having to cram yourself anywhere, no bedroll, like proper bed and rest. Evening comes, everyone has a long rest. Morning comes. I assume the meetup place would then be the bakery. So all of you are together at the Fireforge residence. Although the bakery is still not open.
I think Zal gets there by straight up throwing on the fool mask and just full on fucking sprinting through the streets. Like, as fast as he fucking can. Dash, 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 dash.
Occasionally you hear you hear a guard be like, "Hey, you shit." Man, that guy's fast.
He's definitely like worming through people too, like using the weird bugbear stuff, like squeezing through.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cool. Um, I would also say, like, in just the time from last night to the morning, Zal, you would be the first to notice it. The rest would notice as you move about the city. Um, there is like, it doesn't seem as oppressive. The guard presence, like they're no longer stopping people and like questioning them. The presence has been dialed back to more of like what you would normally kind of expect in it like when you first arrived here, where it's like, yeah, there's guards, they're just not like militarized marching everywhere. There's definitely a tonal kind of shift you can feel in the air, and as the day goes on, the populace also begins to kind of pick up on it, and there's more and more people kind of just out and about. Just a
How
detail of the city for you.
how was the Senku the last time I saw him? If it was like before we went to bed and he's busy in the morning, so he's not entertaining guests, that's fine. But like his
Yeah,
disposition after like a day of, resting.
yeah, you would have been given like, hey, we do have guest rooms here.
Yeah.
You would have been given accommodation, and then would not have seen him again that
Yeah.
the following day. He seemed fine. I mean,
Okay.
he obviously exhausted. Like he
Yeah.
is suffering a number of problems, but they seem to. He worked as diligently as he could, given the clarity that he had to take care of like immediate things that
Mhm.
his sister and the advisor saying need attending to. And then the last you saw him, he seemed in good spirit.
Yeah.
His health will take some time.
Yeah, that's all I was interested in. Like generally he does seem, if not fine, certainly much better.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Zal comes like fucking cartwheeling down the street.
Good morning.
Hello. Did I miss
What?
anything?
What's the emergency?
Oh, I just did not want to get killed by a death cult. So I figured the best course if I'm moving alone is to run as fast as possible.
It's all, buddy. I don't think they know you were with us in Bastion when all that went down, right?
Look, I didn't think about that, but you're probably right.
All right. Well,
Thank you,
you know
seems
what? I'm
fine.
glad you made it here safely. I'm glad you made it here safely, though.
Right, are we going to visit the Senku and ask for a lot of money?
Do you want some water?
No, I'm fine. It's harder than you'd think to breathe behind the mask. Just because you don't see it and it isn't muffling doesn't mean it isn't there. Can I
For
do this?
one can attest to that.
Right. He like leans over and then throws on the Lord mask and like cracks his shoulders. And did I miss breakfast?
Nope.
Not yet.
Oh, thank the gods.
We waited. All right. God, is it worth preparing locate creature?
I have that. You don't even need to worry about it.
Alrighty then.
What is our plan today exactly?
Okay, death cult.
Yeah. Before
We do some shopping first. I want to sell this bag of beans and maybe get, I don't know, like a magic instrument or something.
you don't want to keep the beans, okay?
I do not.
Can I use those beans?
No.
That would be some killer chili, really.
Let me see something here.
All right, well, yeah, we can do what we got to do. There's always the chance they try to jump us while we're going around town. I don't think so, because that doesn't feel like the right way that you hide a death cult in a pretty populated town like Maras, with
That is fair,
rioters
but
and
they did
stuff.
try to kill my friend.
Well,
Well,
yeah, but your
crowd
friend
damage.
isn't. You're no offense to Kurt, but he's not us.
They
He
also-
was one person instead of 6 that have stopped a giant war slug and killed a beholder.
You don't know Kurt.
I do know Kurt. I met him yesterday. Remember? You introduced us. Are you going senile or near?
I mean, the thing is he's the guy who trained me. He's about 3 decades my senior. Been doing this a lot longer and better than me for a long time.
Okay, yeah, I guess 80's not that old. Wait a minute. Kurt's not a dwarf. What am I talking about? Is 80 old for you?
So he's pushing about 90. Yeah. Looks
Well,
good, huh?
yeah, I mean, still crawling through temples, so go, Kurt.
Mhm.
That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't supposed to be.
Did we get the dagger that he got stabbed with?
Yeah, I brought it back. I think Ember has it in her inventory.
Okay.
Right. Shopping and then
Yeah, dagger of venom, right there.
do we have any form of plan besides just wandering into the night?
I was gonna check around the mine, see if anybody noticed anybody gone. Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to go to the mine. I can just ask Mom.
If you do that and we can find a starting point, you could use locate creature and we could both cover the ground after each other.
It's good.
I am pretty familiar with Rue. I could try to just talk to him, be like, "Hey, bud, where you want to meet to do this battle to the death?"
I will, for your own character's information, you are not familiar with Rue. You have a
Met
description.
someone else.
Yeah, you have a bad
I
description
keep
of
thinking
them.
that Rue is the person we met in the under Bastion, but that was not Rue. That was
that's
someone
not
else.
Rue. Yeah, you have a bad description of them. Not enough to
Yeah.
message. Not enough to locate creature.
We haven't met him ever.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
have sitting here been thinking about where we ran into Rue, and I was like, where was he? Who was he?
Did we
That
not?
makes so much more sense.
So the one cultist that like caught our gaze while we were standing in Bastion at the award ceremony, that was not Rue.
No.
Okay. That was just another cultist who then left.
Got it. That makes sense.
Okay. We have no idea who or potentially what Rue is.
No, we know that he is a vulture-headed creature.
Oh,
The
what?
description has been some kind of fucked up
Very
bird
large.
face.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's big.
That's the only thing we have.
Very big, fucked up bird face. The shadows seem to cling to them. You don't have an actual description of them.
Got
Can
it.
we go ask Kurt what he was doing before he left for Rue to run into him at that lost temple?
Rainier knows this information because they talked to him about it. Kurt was not attacked at the temple. That was just the business. He was the reason why he was in Moras. He was attacked in an alley in the city. He's not from here. He doesn't know where. It was also so fast that once he was out, right, like he doesn't know the details of the location, right? So he can't show you and bring you there.
Yes.
He was just targeted and taken down somewhere in the city, right? He was the messenger for a note to Rainier. That's it.
You know what we could do? We could use Rainier's bait. Firm
Yep.
says that like all confidently, but plan being, because Firm has no other connection to this. He went for Kurt. Don't know if it was by chance or if it was by purpose. But if it is by purpose, it has to do with something that the group that Rainier's part of. That's what I'm assuming. So if we send Rainier and then start walking around town spreading rumors that Rainier has this fancy weapon that he got from the dude that got stabbed, then maybe Rainier will get jumped. We could just stay within 60 feet or 100 feet of Rainier, keep a watch on him. Somebody's seeing him everywhere he goes, and we'll see if anything happens. Specifically, we could do it at night. So the bird thing comes out. I don't think anybody would see a big bird thing during the day.
Listen, I don't mean to deflect, and we'll get back to your point in a second, but just for my own satisfaction, Kirk with a K or Kurt with a T? I hear it both ways.
Kurt with a T.
Kurt with a T. Thank you.
Oh.
That's what I had down. Kurt
Oh.
Rosen.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, the accent does Kurt. That's nothing. That's not helpful at all. So Kurt.
I do
I
like
feel like
the
you tried
idea.
to drop the accent, and I still heard it.
I love the idea of Cal asking that and then a bunch of you going, oh.
Oh my
Now,
god.
what exactly was the message that Kurt had for you?
I will produce the note, which I am now remembering was actually in Celestial, which helps me. Which helps nobody, I think. I'll just put it out on the table.
Herm is
And
going to peek over Rainier's shoulder, like, what's that?
and I'll say it's the language of the gods. It says, "Bring me the hero of Wellsworth," which ought to be me.
Oh,
I
I
bet he
got
didn't
you.
have the foresight to tell a specific location.
True.
Ooh.
Good point.
Where did Kurt get attacked?
In an alley in Moras. He doesn't know the place well enough to be able to pick it out.
Didn't know there were two people that could do that. Can Fern maybe? No. I don't think I have anything like that. Do I? What is prestidigitation? No. Nope. Nope. Is there a cantrip in this game where you could investigate paper?
Nope.
No.
Okay, because
I
I
th-
don't know them that well. I had to make sure I could ask.
Yeah, no cantrip like that. Not even really a spell that does that. Is there still a wizard class that has like a I can see what this object's history is?
I don't think so.
Was that just a UA or I don't?
Well, I was more looking for
Legend lore
something
can
that
do
could
that,
like.
and blood hunters have the psychometry ability.
Right,
Mm.
psychometry.
Yeah, I was like, I think there's like something somewhere that's kind of like object history, but I don't know if it's like real. I don't know if
I
it's
was-
real.
I mean, are
I'm not high
does
enough
scri-
level for that
right.
yet.
Does scribes wizards have weird shit like that?
I have no
I don't
idea. I did not look into
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, either way, you don't have a scribe.
Right, not accessible to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if there was a spell that could see if there was anything hidden on paper. Not necessarily like the history of it, but if there was like a secret that would probably just be detect magic.
Secret stuff, or like,
Or
well,
just investigation.
yeah, different investigation you could do to see if there's hidden things
There are
on there.
its that do that as well.
Can I do that, Rainier? He'll like
Can-
he'll can I look that over?
Sure thing. I'll let you look at the piece of paper.
Roll an investigation.
Ooh, never
Oof.
mind. He's like, well, it looks empty.
Hmm. You don't find anything like hidden to it. You hold it up to a candle, to the light, and you're like, aha! No secret symbology or images. The only thing that you do know from it, and you pick it up because you use this stuff all the time. This is this is fine parchment stuff that if you were gonna like scribe like pages into your book, or maybe even a scroll, it would take a little bit more, probably higher quality than this, but like this is good parchment. This is not parchment you would find just anywhere, right? Merchant, this is the kind of stuff people ask for from merchants.
Can we go ask that creepy guy?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go ask him.
Couple places around here sell fine quality paper like that.
But I mean, he's creepy anyway. He might indirectly fit the description. The not a vampire.
I
vampire.
mean, there are more than one type of creepy person in the world.
Yes. Firm's still sticking to it. He just thinks he's super creepy.
And he is.
That's all we need right now.
There's always the mine.
Yeah, yeah.
We can do the
there
paper
is.
first. We should do the paper first. I think Firm's got the right of it.
We could just stop by this guy real quick, see if he has any, and then we go to the mine. Cool. On the way to the creepy guy.
Cool. You guys head out, heading towards the prismatic spider, where definitely not a vampire Adelard Coombs is.
Legend.
Cool. You approach the simple timber and brick building with its yellow tiled roof and its shuttered windows. It's dark inside, but you are used to that. You rap on the window. You try the door. The door actually is locked. It doesn't look like they're open right now.
What's the time of day right now?
Still early-ish, like roughly 9-ish.
Hmm. Can I peep in the window?
The windows are like shuttered and closed to make sure that light does not come in, right? So you kind of peer through. Yeah, you can't even see into the from the window. At least you can't see into the interior.
Never mind. Well, guess he's not here. Can't really do breaking and entering into this guy's place.
Do
Probably
you
not the best idea.
do you attempt to knock at all?
That feels
think
smart. I'll knock.
Yeah, yeah. Did not even think that. I'll be honest. It was either breaking in or leave.
I either break in or leave. A quick rap at the door. A few moments of quiet, then you hear some shuffling. You hear some locks being undone, and then the door creaks open. You see a figure dressed in dark, blackened robes, very pale skin. They have the door open just a little bit so that any natural light is avoiding them. They look over the lot of you. Oh, I remember some of your faces. Hello?
Hi.
We're not open yet. Is there something you need?
I came to see if you had any paper. I need some paper. Really good kind.
We have some paper, yes. How much are you looking for?
Uh, that's a good question. Half a spell book?
What?
So, 50 pages worth?
That sounds good. I can use that.
All right. Since I know you, come in. He backs away from the door, entering into the very dimly lit area. Um, you're able to make entrance. The door closing the door behind you. Um, this is the alchemist shop. There's herbs and everywhere. You don't smell the smell of alchemy being concocted at the moment, but just the smell of different kinds of natural herbs and everything are in the air. And he says to you as he moves behind his counter to go into those back rooms, please wait right here. I shall be back in a moment. And he disappears into a back storage area. You can hear him shuffling about back there.
Fern would like to ask Ember if he could see the dagger, see if there's any not like all the way, but just see if there's anything poisony on the dagger, to try and see if there's anything like that around here.
I'll pull it out. Here you go. It's you have to actually activate it. I don't I don't think this is our assassin or assailant. It's possible he sold somebody the paper.
Oh, that, but he's an alchemist too.
How
He could have just.
Ember, how many people in town do you think sell paper that's this high quality?
Oh.
That's a very good question.
Ember,
I don't buy paper all that often, but
if you had to guess, there's probably 3 people in total in town that would carry this kind of thing. The prismatic spider here. There's the traveler's observer. She's a minor enchanter. Deals in stuff with spell books and scrolls and that kind of thing.
Oh.
And then there's
I think
the
we went
general.
to her, didn't we?
You guys have probably been there. Also, like if when you do magic shopping, you go to everywhere, right?
Yeah,
So,
but we met
Yeah.
her because I remember she had I think her and Merv vibed.
I think so. I think they might add a thing. Um, And then there's the general store, the Burlap Emporium, which is like Arias there. I mean, he gets his hands on all sorts of crazy shit.
Yep.
He has all sorts of general equipment, but like he gets a fair amount of weird exotic stuff from time to time. Just then, Adelard comes out from behind the room, and he has um, a, a stack of paper. He begins to set out like brown wrapping paper, like brown, large, thick wrapping paper. And he sets the stack onto it and begins wrapping it for purchase and carriage. And he looks at you, Firm, and you see his eyes flick down to the dagger, and he goes,
I was waiting on you to take a moment. I was gonna say when he comes back out, I was going to very quickly put this back in Ember stuff.
Okay. You're setting it back in. He's wrapping the paper up, and let's see here. Paper.
Question mark.
Paper. Mm-hmm. 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 Cool. Finishes wrapping, and then taps it with his hand, and it says, 50 pages of fine parchment. That'll be 10 gold.
Oh, where's it at? Inventory. 1 gold piece. 10 gold pieces is equal to 1 platinum. 260. And I'll give him a platinum.
He nods and says, a man of fine taste and wealth. Takes the platinum and slides the package over to you. Now, is there anything else? As I said, we're not quite open yet, but I don't mind a favor for regular customers.
You guys want anything?
You sold any of this paper to anyone else? See, somebody pinned a letter to a friend of ours that was written on some of this really nice paper. We're just trying to get a sense of.
Not often. Not many people come here searching for such things. May I see the note in question?
Up to my buddy here.
I'll produce it, I think.
Cool. They
Not that I trust this guy, but it's just paper.
they take it and are looking it over.
Can I do an insight on their like unguarded reaction to the moment they see the paper?
Sure. Yeah, you can roll insight.
Ooh. Get a load of this. Oh,
15.
Okay.
Yeah. There isn't like surprise or
Yeah.
anything like that. Their expression is quite calm.
Yeah.
You don't think they're trying to hide that. Like, this is definitely the first time they've seen it, but they're also not like, oh.
Yeah, it's always just the first moment before somebody catches themselves trying to catch something.
Yeah. You don't think there's anything they're hiding.
Yeah.
They're looking it over, and just like you can tell, they're just like inspecting the paper. And then their eyes look to you, Rainier. What does the message say?
Bring me the hero Wellsworth, is what it says.
Curious. Almost like a riddle. They bring the paper to their face and sniff. They hand it back to you, Rainier. Not one of mine. You would smell the chemicals in my parchment.
Oh, oddly
What?
reassuring.
What does that smell like to you then?
Bit sulfury, a bit rosemary sometimes. It depends on what's brewing.
No, I'm sorry. I meant, what does our paper smell like?
Oh.
I thought that was the paper description for a second.
He hands his hand out, extends his hand to like sniff again.
Yeah, sure.
The professional sniffer.
Brings it back close to the face. Deep inhale this time. You can see he holds it.
Paper
There's a
buffer.
rawness to it, like straw, hay, wheat. Things I don't particularly stock. Hands it back.
Hmm.
I don't like the mine. We could check in with.
Sounds like the general store
The
would
other
have
guy,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I
Troll
think
leader.
I'm,
That's his name.
yeah, I think I'm with
Or as
Ember,
troll
though. We
leader.
should probably just head somewhere and try to find him.
Okay.
Paper's not a bad lead, but it's just going to tell us where he's been, not where he is.
True. I doubt he's having it delivered.
I just don't understand. How do you deliver it and then expect people to know where to go?
Maybe he didn't know the right word in Celestial.
I mean, this could be what he's expecting. Also,
Hmm.
us trying to find them.
Can I do another investigation onto the paper because of what Rainier just said? Maybe he just didn't know the right word and see if something seems out of place.
Out of place in what way? You mean in the like the lettering or the writing?
Yeah, like grammarly. Like if it just doesn't seem like it fits. Or there could be another interpretation of the characters.
Looking it over, and I described this before, though it is in Celestial, it's like the dark language of Celestial, like the symbols you would use when dealing with evil deities, right? It doesn't have the warm feeling of normal Celestial. Um, More of a scratchiness to it all. Looking it over, nothing seems out of place, right? Though, like you're looking at it again and you're considering it. Roll investigation and insight. Okay. um if Rue wanted to find like if Rue wanted to meet with Rainier, right? They know who Rainier is, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
They probably could have just done so, or like why didn't they put meet me here, come here, right? Like they're purposefully omitting clues from this, right? They're It's a game. They're playing a game. They're toying with Rainier, right? Showing them, I know who you are. Come find me if you can.
I do think Firm was the character I had when we found out about Rainier. I think
I don't think it
I'm
was.
trying to figure that out beforehand before I make the next statement. I do think so.
I think Krios just died when
Yep.
that story got told.
Potentially, but that's
and then
not.
Firm came in later.
Yeah, I mean, the letter infers that they know that Rainier is the hero of Wellsworth, right? That's what it's clearly stating that, right?
Yes.
But yeah, you think like this is very intentional, right? Everything that's happening here is intentional.
Well,
And this
that's
is
what I
like
wanted to
this is your great intelligence speaking to you of like it's not that anything's missing by happenstance. This is purposeful.
What? How far away? That's why I want to figure out how to say this because I don't know if it's metagaming or not. But either way, oh,
I'm lining it up with when I found out as Merv, and I don't think it was after Firm.
you know what? Actually,
And
I
it
don't think
definitely
it was.
wasn't
Yeah, it
Leyland.
was. It was
I think
during
it
the
was-
short rest that was between Krios dying and us meeting Firm.
biography.
Yeah, I don't think either learned.
I actually I have it. I knew I had a note somewhere in here. It's in my bio. It's at the bottom of Firm stuff. Because that's when I put in a note that Firm came in. The group seems mad at Rainier. He was like, "All I know is that Cal called him the liar of Wellsworth."
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't think that was ever
What a-
elaborated on.
What a good one! What a classic!
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, what Firm's gonna ask is the instance in this place of where that battle took place, where you became Rainier in a sense, is that nearby?
No, it's that's south of Bastion, southwest of Bastion.
Uh, Dude got attacked a couple days ago, so he would probably still be nearby unless he ran. And then he just like, I'm gonna need time to think on this. And then he's like gonna hide in the back of the group real quick.
Okay, well, we should leave here. This poor guy's trying to get ready for actual opening. Also, I would like to do a ritual, so I don't think this guy wants me doing that in the store that is supposed to be closed that we are in.
Firm will give the guy his like last 8 gold for being so accommodating.
Oh,
Didn't you just give him
bounty
a platinum?
tied.
Yeah, okay, bye. We'll leave.
Good day. Come back soon.
Well, I need to go sell these beans.
Beans.
I suppose we can
Are
go
you sure?
ask
I hear
the-
they're good for your heart. Thanks, Doug.
I can cook those if you want.
No. Which way to the Emporium or whatever it's called?
This way.
It was worth a shot.
They're not normal beans, Firm. They'll blow up and
They're
potentially kill
horrible.
us all.
We're not playing with them.
I mean, I'm all for planting them, but it's not my call. So, this way to the Emporium.
What if we just plant them while we're on an adventure, just
Nope.
one by one? Just chaos of magic beans.
Firmament
Of all-
apple seed.
Okay, I heard you guys were going to the Burlap Emporium.
I do believe
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what was said.
Okay, cool. Excellent. You head to the Burlap Emporium. You enter into the merchant's quarter at large. You see another timber and brick simple building. This one with a red tile roof with some vines covering it. Entering in, there's the smell of many different kinds of goods assault your senses. It is bright in here. They are very open for business. And there's a variety of normal, mundane goods on the shelves. There's stacks of grains, oats. You can purchase just about anything here within normal reason. And occasionally some odd items. Um, this place has like staff that like goes around. There's a sorry uh there's one staff member currently talking to some people that are doing some general shopping in there. And then you see behind the counter setting things up on a shelf. You see the proprietor, which you've met before, Arias Trollbleeder, Mill Dwarf.
The name is just so powerful.
Hello there. I have a magic item to sell.
You see they set a little jar with some pickles on a shelf and then turn around and look at you, then look up at you. Oh, all right, all right. Nice to see you. You said you had a magical item.
It is a magical bag of beans with 9 beans in it. He like places it on the counter.
You see your eyes kind of like roll his eyes a little bit. All right, I've heard this story before. Okay,
Me too.
magical beans.
Mm-hmm.
What, you're serious? You think you have magical beans?
And confirm.
I wouldn't say deadly serious, but it's along those lines.
All right. Walks over to the counter, takes a look at the bag. May I?
Yeah, Zal just gives like a go ahead gesture.
Okay. Opens up the pouch and then pours some of the beans into his hands. Looks them over, sniffs them, puts them back in the bag, kind of tightens the drawstring up a little bit. Give me just a second.
Mm-hmm.
You see, steps into his back room, comes back out, has this little case, opens it up with a little wand inside of it. I've been holding on to this. Pretty useful for when folks have tall tales. I'll be the judge whether this is magic or not. See, activates the wand. There's a little shimmer of light that comes out of it, focuses in on the bag. I'll be. You really got a bag of magic beans.
It's a bag of magic beans.
It's a bag of magic beans.
I don't know what to tell you. There's 9 of them, and that feels really irresponsible.
There's
Whoever
9
the-
of them inside there.
Whoever made this bag of beans made too many.
Wow.
Whoever
Okay.
grew this bag of beans? You think these beans grow somewhere?
I have no idea. I mean, if I could grow these beans, then I could make a fortune. Maybe just plant a few of them.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like your ideas.
Yeah,
I would be
maybe.
careful about
Hmm?
some of that.
Hmm. No, there's a rudimentary understanding this wand passes along. It's, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in the beans. How much you want for them?
I figured you were interested in the beans. Can I? like Azal like leans forward and goes, "May I see your what would you call it? Catalog?"
Well, I have some things here.
Mhm.
There are magic items, but he does not carry all of them, right? So let's see
Yeah,
what.
what's the weird stuff he's got here? What's the
Okay, I don't know what the weird stuff he has specifically. I will look at the list. Okay. There are, here's a slightly weird thing. He pulls out a jar and he spins the lid on it and there's like a waxy substance inside. He's like, "Here, give it a little whiff of this." Very pungent. Very
Yeah.
pungent. He seals it back up again and says, it's like a foul smelling yellowy grease. He says, "This here, call it granny wax. Here told it was made
Jesus.
by
That is
hags."
uh, did you give it that name or is that
Hell yeah, I gave it this name. Stands
it's
out, right?
it does, but the branding is challenging.
No, no, no. When you hear what it does, you'll understand. Apply this grease onto any normal, ordinary broom or thick wooden stick you find. That stick will begin flying. Like a witch from out of the fairy tales, just like these magic beans.
For how long?
An hour, maybe.
My friend, there are 9 beans in there.
Well, there are currently /R1D3. There are 2 doses of this here grease.
I'm looking for something more permanent, you understand?
Well, you asked for something weird. Uh, I did get something strange in the other day. I got a wand what would make alcohol.
Oh god, I cannot I might pay you to not tell a friend of mine about this one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My
Hey,
ears are
hold it.
burning.
Okay, Gal. He's got a wand that makes alcohol. I'm gonna slide over real quick and maybe do a look around while we haggle on these beans.
Well, no, I mean, I get it if you're a bartender, but half the fun of drinking is going to the place where they serve the drinks.
This is the hunt.
Say, as long as I've got your attention, what do you make of this? And I'll hold up the chunk of raw green stone that I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, he kind of looks up at it for a moment, squints his eyes. Looks like you found yourselves a little raw gem there. Hmm, a little slow on the small side. Rough cut. As it is, I mean, probably get you about 50 gold.
Oh, that's very nice to know. I think I'll hold on to it for a bit of good luck.
Yeah, sure. Um,
Speaking of gems, we've got a few to sell, just separate from the bag of beans conundrum.
all right, fair enough, fair enough.
Say,
Uh,
have we already asked about the paper? Am I missing something? What's your paper selection? We're looking for very fine paper.
oh, the Burlap Emporium has the finest parchment you'll find in Maras. Trust me. There's others out there that'll tell you theirs is better, but I get the finest stuff. Quality is a little low. Sorry, quantity is a little low. What with the trade situation, but
Look, I know the gentleman's unusual, but you can't possibly be saying you have better paper than the prismatic spider.
that old coot. Let me tell you, mine paper is of the utmost quality. He kind of looks left and right for a moment, leans in a little bit. You know, shouldn't really say this, but
Hmm.
I got a few favors. People down in Bastion, I can still get a few things in the city. One of them is
Oh,
paper, my friend.
very nice. Look, these paperwares are quite wonderful, but they do have an unusual aroma. Perhaps you could show us something sans odor.
He leans back and points at you and says, "I'll be with you in just a moment, my friend." Um, he he will buy the gems off you at their value, because that's how gems work in the game. And the bag of beans is worth 3,000 gold. He'll only buy it for 1,500.
That's why I'm trying to look for store trade. Get more value on a store trade.
Yeah, yeah,
I just don't know what he's got. I know magic items exist, but they're not all in one place all the time.
yeah. They're not all in one place. There is
Often.
a list of them. But you then have to be not doing an investigation and just be like purely shopping, right?
Now Firm wants to go to the one lady. Wow, you said her name and I already don't know it.
Yeah. So he has the granny the granny wax, and the wand of fermentation is what for sure he has.
Mm-hmm.
The name.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Can I do a quick, like, just walking around investigation?
Yeah, I mean, in the store, look again. If you want to shop for magic items, it's a different kind of thing, right? Um, uh, uh, Here, you know, of what he has that I'm picking out of the list, it's these two. The rest is all basic equipment, right right out of the book. I'm not trying to dissuade you from. I'm just trying to keep you all focused.
Trust
How
me, if we make
dare
it to the
you.
third person, I'm buying.
That's fine. I'll take the 1,500.
Okay. They provide you with a coin. Take the bag of beans. Fair trade.
I got it.
Um,
And
he come.
has anybody? I'm gonna just double check here. Anybody bought any of your fancy paper? This kind of paper? Did you sell this paper? Renier, show them the paper.
Sure.
So forward. I love it.
While we're here, might as well, right?
um, how he does bring out some parchment, right, of his to sell. Hands a a little stack of it to you. He said,
Right.
"Yeah, get your grips on these. Tell me if this isn't the finest parchment you've seen in this whole city."
Does it seem like any of it matches the note?
Roll a investigation check.
Oh, yeah, this is exactly what you want Cal doing. This is going to be great.
That's so scary.
Firm, do you want to help?
Yeah, Verm will help him if that's okay.
Firm can help, yeah, if you want to roll once more for your advantage.
Tom, I
Get
can't
it,
tell the
Cal.
difference between any of these pieces of paper.
Oh, you really
Nope.
can't. You
Okay.
really can't.
He takes a look. You hand him the parchment.
Firm, are you wearing perfume? It's delightful.
Mm. He pulls out the beholder snack plate.
God
And he's
damn.
like, oh. Yeah, he's like, it's just this. It's just this.
You hand him the parchment with the writing on it. Takes a look at it. Is looking it over. Sets it back down on the counter. I mean, I don't know anything about whatever this writing is, but the parchment. I mean, it's a little. Is that blood?
Ketchup.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay then. I mean, I couldn't tell you if this paper was mine or not. As for who I sell paper to, I mean, I'm selling paper to you all right now. Everybody needs a little bit of paper to write some notes on.
What would it be to smell? Is that a perception?
It is perception, yes.
Could I smell to see if it matches what the not a vampire guy said?
Yeah, roll perception.
E.
Thinking about like what he said, you sniff the note with the writing on it. Grab a piece of parchment, a fresh parchment from the Burlap Emporium, and you smell that. For a moment, you're a little confused. Maybe it's that the air in here is just suffused with this odor, but they smell the same. In fact, you're pretty sure of it.
Firm like gives that big-eyed, wide-eyed look at Rainier. He's like, it's the same. That means nothing, and necessarily like this dude's just selling paper. Firm's just over here like, we found it.
You see, Elias says, "Now, I can tell that you are very interested in that paper. That one you're gonna have to pay for, son. Let me see if I got any more in the back for you, okay?"
Elias,
Hmm.
before you head back there, let's you and I have a quick little word. And I'll act like I'm just walking in the direction of the back with him. Not that I'm necessarily going back there with him, but just trying to create a little distance. So, look, Elias, you and I are reasonable men. Obviously, you're a businessman. You may not know it from the look of me, although you should probably be able to tell from the finery. I know a bit about business myself. And so I feel it's important to point out that we we know this is your paper, and we know you know who you sold this particular paper to. And I would suggest that you come clean to me because I handle these things in a reasonable way before my friends get unreasonable.
Are you casting magic?
Nope.
Okay. Make a. Well, are you persuading or intimidating him?
I'm trying to persuade him.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Ayo, squad gang.
Okay, look, I may have I may have had some dealings with characters of some ill repute, smugglers and such to get this paper, but I swear I'm not breaking any laws or anything.
No,
Just
of course.
the
Look, you're
trade
trying-
had shut down, and I'm just trying to make a living.
Yes, you're trying to stay in business. I understand. And I'll put a hand on his back and sort of turn him around and walk him back out to the group and just say, look, our friend Elias here has thought about it, and he has some things he'd like to tell us. Go ahead, Elias. Tell them what you've told me.
I I well I may have done trade with some smugglers. When you need things that no one else can get, sometimes you have to turn to I did trade with the Claw for some goods to come from Bastion here during the embargo. Look, I'm not proud of it, but you know, times are tough for everyone. You won't turn me into the Sinku or anything, will you?
No, if you can tell us who you sold it to recently.
Well, I mean, I don't have names of them necessarily.
Really good description.
Well, the one contact that I have is their name is Seben, human fellow, kind of late in his years, or so. I don't know. It's hard to tell with humans, honestly. But
Right.
you know, I haven't seen him in a few days. We would typically meet, you know, behind the. I'm scrolling so I can say that. We would typically, you know, meet at the Black Mountain, and he would let me know, you know, when the next shipment is coming in and that sort of thing.
That's it. Can we meet him?
Oh, I mean, oh boy, okay. Kind of wipes the sweat on his forehead. I don't know. That's a
Wait,
great
this is
idea.
the guy that brings you the paper, is what you're saying.
Well, he's my contact for it, and then, you know, a crate just happens to appear in the back of my shop with what it is that I'm looking for.
I think
Uh,
we're more concerned with who you're selling the parchment to.
has any? Yeah. What he
See,
said.
somebody wrote a note on a piece like that and stabbed a friend of ours with it, so we're trying to figure out who did the stabbing.
Oh,
Understand? Nice and straightforward.
um, okay. Well, I mean, I sell a lot of things to a lot of people, but tell you what, let me see if I have any records of any large sales. Yes, and then maybe those people are who you should be talking to instead.
Yeah, sure. Go look.
Oh,
I
okay,
think we're
okay.
just sort of spinning our wheels here.
He turns and puts back the little wand he had in the case, slips it into a little pocket in his robe, and then heads back into his back room.
I think we're kind of spinning here. I don't think. Right? Am I the only?
No, I'm with you.
I feel like guys.
I
Anyone-
think you're right. We should hit the
Anyone like
mines,
to bet a
we said.
gold that we don't see him again, that he doesn't come out of that back room?
Yeah, you're probably
I'll
right.
take that bet.
Your own Ragnarok. Come on, escape through a secret exit.
Oh, how long should we wait till we go check?
I mean, I think we're fine. He's harmless.
See, you're right, but we asked him that last time and he still sounded confused. Like he didn't
I mean, the
process.
first time we came back here, he had released let loose, lost a bunch of little mimics, and they tried to eat us. So Arias, look, he's nice, but there's like there are better merchants out there. He's kind of not good at his job.
I'd like to go back to the back room.
Okay.
Can I
Waiting
Knock, knock, knock.
waiting a few minutes here. I mean, you are in a shop that has like you. Do you like look around to see if anybody's watching you?
No, we were just engaged in conversation with this guy. He just went back to the back room. I'm just going to saunter back there.
Okay. Slipping behind the counter. There's a curtain that separates the two areas. You swing the curtain to the side. Stepping in, you see there's a mundane looking storeroom. There's shelves of I mean, it's all just goods, right? There's a behold. There's just general goods here, right? There's nothing. You kind of eye sweep the area, nothing that stands out here. You see that there's a door on the far wall.
And no Elias.
No Elias in this room.
Opens the door, paralyzed beam.
All right. I'm going to make a relatively quick sweep of the back room or rooms. I'm not doing it like I'm not looking in any large boxes thinking that he might have hid in them. He's either around here or he went through that door, right? As I'm walking around the back room, I'm just picking things up and putting them in my pockets.
Yeah, they're just random stuff
Yeah.
that you would find in the
Yeah.
adventures, list, right?
Yeah.
Robbing man.
Yeah.
Cups, plates, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff back here. Yeah.
You're such a kleptomaniac.
Yeah, you walk around here. I mean, he's definitely not in this room.
Oh my god.
The only thing to check is the door.
Sure, I'll open the door.
Sure. Give a little jiggle on the handle. Doesn't open.
I'll knock on the door.
Knock on the door.
Elias?
No answer.
How do we start getting? This is so wild.
All right, I'll leave and I'll just say, Ragnarok, you owe me a gold piece.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Coming out of the
We
curtain.
might have more time.
Cal, make a perception check as you come out.
Mm-hmm.
You come out now facing everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and facing the rest of the store. You tell Ragnarok he owes you money, and you look out. There's no other customers in the store. It's just the lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Death house.
Oh,
I'll
wait,
just-
here's your coin.
I'll point out to everyone. Were there other customers when we came in here?
I didn't really check.
I don't
There
There
think
were.
Maybe. I don't think I was paying attention. We were pretty loud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he could have
there's-
just opened. We could have just
the
been the
atten-
first ones.
The attendant isn't here. There's no customers here. It is quiet.
Should we
All right.
be concerned that we're the only ones here? Should we rob the place blind or both?
Your ideas are great, but I don't think we have enough time to rob this place.
Let's stick with
Please.
concern.
What was that, Ragnarok?
Let's stick with concerned.
Oh.
Firm looks at Ember. He's like, "Do you want to do it, or do I do it?
Do what?
Who's gonna locate this guy?"
We don't know enough about him to do that. Remember?
The shopkeep?
Oh, the shopkeep. Oh,
We asked him a question. Now he's gone. I assumed he was
somebody
on
should probably make sure we're not locked in here.
yeah. I was gonna say we should probably make sure that there is nobody coming towards the building.
I'll do it. He'll go and make sure the door still opens.
You jiggle the handle. It opens.
We're fine on this end. I'll open the door and look to see if anyone's coming.
Nobody appears to be coming.
All right.
Uh, Ragnar, Kyle, what was back there when you went back there?
Oh, it just looked like an office. Here, look. And I'll pull the stuff that I pulled from the back room out. There's a bunch of this stuff lying around.
Are we satisfied? Can we leave this poor gentleman to his shady business?
I'm just gonna go look back there.
Yeah, you go look back there. It's a storeroom. Everything seems in order for a general store. And then there's a door on the far wall.
Like sort of ask out, Kyle, did you open this? Did you try to open this?
It was locked, and I knocked, and no one answered. So I came out, told Ragnarok he owed me a gold piece.
We could always take the door down.
Without breaking it, can we see the hinges? I don't feel like paying for this door.
No, the hinges would be on the inside.
Okay. Can we just go around and see if there's a back door? I feel like that's easier. Like he couldn't have really gotten far. If not, then we obviously know there's something else hidden here.
I mean, him running is sort of a
Off of paper.
suspicious sign, is it not?
I mean, he told us that he's working with smugglers and he does not want to get turned in. I'm pretty sure he's more afraid of the law than he is of us.
So why would he run right now?
Well, that also doesn't
Particularly-
explain where everybody else went, but either way, we probably don't want to. I mean, we could try to stay in here and see if what's his ass shows up, or we could leave while the leaving is possible.
Amber,
Or
what
open that door?
what was that bit that Moradin told you again?
Find them in the shadows. Find them where the objects of desire are kept. Find them where the concerns of trade are met. So this kind of qualifies.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna go kick that door down.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Ragnarok.
go try to
Alright.
kick that door down.
Maybe check it from Matt. Oh,
Can I see the crowbar?
I love this.
Aisle 2.
There is, yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Ragnarok. I'll help you with the door.
All right. Athletics.
while they're doing
It would be athletics, yes. Yes, all.
that, I'm just gonna casually look for like where they keep the storefront money, like
Robbing
by the
him?
counter. I mean,
Yeah, there is a like a lockbox kind of chest underneath the counter in the front. You know where you did deals with them. I mean, you saw him put the money in there.
yeah.
While Zal is doing this, I'm going to approach him. Be like, what are you doing?
I'm kind of fascinated by the fact that he left all of his money behind.
Yeah, well, that's ridiculous. Where's that magic stick that he had? Why are you messing with the garbage?
He put it in his pocket.
Oh, he took it with him.
Yeah.
What do we think about the morality of robbing a smuggler?
Firm looks for the bag of magic beans.
This is still my home. I still have to live here.
I
Door.
think we have bigger problems.
While those two handle the door, Firm looks for the bag of magic beans.
Did you not open the door?
There's the sound of a door cracking open in the storeroom. You all are looking at a locked box right now.
What if we just blast it open?
No.
Freeze it open.
I mean, better. Okay, check the door what's back there first. We can always backtrack.
Ragnarok Ember, cracking the door open, stumbling a little bit from the force. You're not met with any explosions or anything, but what you do see is a very small stone landing, and then steps leading down to a like cellar storage chamber.
Oh no.
You can see there's some flickering of torchlight down there.
Yeah, I'll take point.
Yeah, you definitely owe him money. We got a passage.
Well, bring the box.
I'm
Leave
not
the box.
there in the box.
Can I press it? No, you can't press the digitation stuff. Not
Yeah,
to
I'll
open it.
I'll join Ragnarok and Ember.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
fucking around with this box.
Okay, leaving the leaving the cash the cash drawer of the shop, you join the others, and there is stone steps leading down into a larger storage cellar below. Um, Ragnarok taking point, you make your way down. It's only about a 10 to 15 foot difference. So you just go down a little bit. In here, you see there's storage, like more long term storage. It's cooler, drier down here. There's definitely like some casks of ale being kept down here. Just certain other goods are in this place. You see a couple torches lighting the area as well. Additional shelving, larger crates, that sort of thing.
Elias.
Nobody seems to answer.
Please me.
We press none.
Ooh. I forgot
Yeah.
we almost have that. Where is our group loot?
It's under group loot.
Cal robbed that too. Sorry.
Yes, there is a wand of secrets in the group.
I don't think I have access to that.
It's on the 4th tab.
Where
It
you'd
looks
find
like
like
a little
items
briefcase.
and spells
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, I just have spells and items.
You should have. Yeah, all players are owners of this item.
Oh. Text box had to be cleared. I didn't notice there was stuff written in it.
Oh yeah, it would be searching for something. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Cool. You guys are down in the storage room. What are you doing?
Magic
There's-
wands aren't really my forte, so who wants to use the magic wand of secrets?
I don't actually know who has it, so
Needs to be sent from Merv is the last known note.
I mean,
I don't think we ever moved it off of Merv's thing. I think that was when he was fixing the people we could send stuff to.
yeah, I lost ability to send anything from him when he passed out.
Merv is the current holder of the Wand of Secrets.
Yeah, but I specifically way back when left it with the group. It was
Yeah,
just when it was disseminating at the time, I couldn't transfer it because I didn't have access to Merv.
Okay.
Like that bit of the group loot has been there forever.
Yeah.
Sure. That it's a Wand of Secrets. It does not require attunement. You just have to use it, and it will reveal a secret door or trap within 30 feet.
So I guess someone could just draw it and make use of it.
yeah.
I got it.
Who- Okay.
Yes.
Ember has got it.
Flick the wrist. Flick the wrist.
Okay, Ember, you now have it.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Activating the Wand of Secrets. There is a shimmer that appears behind one very, very large crate. The crate itself is about 4 feet by 4 feet, kind of tucked into not the back corner all the way, but kind of tucked in near the corner against one of the walls.
Can I push it out of the way?
With your strength, you absolutely can. It's surprisingly easy to move. And as you move it out of the way, you see there is a opening purpose made in the wall. It has the kind of glow of the wand around it. And you see beyond that, there's a very small chamber. A chamber is not even the right word for it. There's just like a breaking in the rock that's roughly like 3 by 3, and there's a hole in the stone floor. And looking down, it is about a 10-foot drop into further stonework.
All you had to do was come back. And I'll go
Ragnarok.
first.
Ragnarok.
hmm
I'll bet you a gold there's another beholder down there.
I'll take that bet.
Right.
I will, instead of dropping, climb along the wall because I'm in my climbing mode right now.
Okay.
Oh my god. Can you do it?
Climbing down. There's
Cast light on one of his rings,
okay.
just so I can see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, climbing down. Your dark vision illuminating. There isn't any light here. You see that you are in a tunnel. A carved, hewn tunnel going through the dirt and rock, and it goes deeper and deeper into it's going like underneath the city.
Oh my god.
We
He
got a tunnel,
doesn't-
probably used for smuggling.
He doesn't need this. The amount of effort we put in to go find the shopkeep.
I mean, so far, so we've got down in the dock, concerns of trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, this seems like it adds up. You're about
2 for
right.
3 ain't bad.
What was the third one?
Where the objects of desire are kept.
It just sounds like somebody's store.
I mean, it could just be the smuggler's hideout, right?
Yeah.
That would be where the objects of people's desire is kept.
That is true too.
Sure would be.
All right,
Oh.
everyone jump down. I'll help you so you don't fall.
Whee!
Oh, you gonna catch us?
That's the plan. One by one, please.
Yeah, Ragnarok. Like, Zal jump.
It's kind of it's a short jump, but Ragnarok catches everybody. Whee! This is a tunnel system made by dwarves for dwarves. Ember, you're able to move about easily. Everyone else,
This
you're
sucks.
crouching and stooping.
I think you'll find I'm actually good. I am bendy, my friend.
I think we do find you're actually good.
Yeah.
I'm on all fours like a
Observe
dog.
right here. I'm just
observe
I've
as
done-
he bends in half.
I know, I've done this before. I just fucking like just sort of walking on my knees. In my knees.
Firm, just to be helpful, is going to cast Reduce on Ragnarok.
What? I can. Okay.
It does that only lasts for like a minute, just so you're aware.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
Okay,
Don't-
you
Okay.
cast Reduce on Ragnarok. Ragnarok, are you willing?
Very debatable.
That's a great question. I don't know. I'm gonna go with no because it reduces my strength, or at least my strength stuff.
Okay, then you'll have to roll whatever the save is on the spell.
It's really not that high. Like I don't have a good one. It's 14.
Oh my god.
Wait, it was con, right?
I don't know actually.
It is con. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know myself. I don't have a really good spell save. Like you're winning against me in a 1v1.
After realizing you tried to cast a spell on me, I'll be like, next time ask permission. And then I'll get on all fours like a dog and start crawling.
Start crawling.
I will specifically crawl along the roof of this.
The roof of
thing.
it. Terrifying. Cool. There's also light from one of Cal's rings for those of you that also need light in the darkness. Excellent.
Would you allow me, sorry, real quick,
Yeah.
to use the hover belt, but where I don't have to crawl? Because I know, like, technicalities, I guess you would be upright, but if I change my orientation, does it just shift me?
That's a good
But
question.
you'd be going so slow.
I'll just be in the back. I just don't want to crawl. Firm's not gonna crawl.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah, you do only You do only you do only move 5 feet sideways, right? So like you can make yourself like into a ball, right? But like it does understand the orientation of up and down, right? The classical orientation of up and down, given the planet, right?
So you can gently scrape yourself along the tunnel. If you don't want to crawl, you could sort of just scrape your face and or probably back.
Yeah, you would be. I'd say left behind. I don't think anyone else is going to move at a 5-foot
No,
pace.
he'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna work.
Okay, making your way through the tunnel. You make a perception check, Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Hey.
Okay. You can tell there's definitely some recent footsteps, and they're moving like they seem to be moving quickly.
I'll relay that to the rest of the group
Okay.
and keep moving. I'll keep a healthy 10-foot lead on all of them
Okay.
because I'm so fast.
So fast. You can feel the tunnel like it kind of meanders a little bit, not heavy bends and curves, but like, they're digging. It's mostly straight. You eventually come to a section where there's just like a stone slab that's barring further entrance forward. And this is like a worked stone frame, like there's just like worked stone framework here. It's clearly, obviously, dwarven made. There are design work on the door itself, like circles and just geometry carved into the door. In the center of the door, there's a metallic plate, and there appears to be like some kind of keyhole.
Is it like a regular keyhole?
Stepping up and peering at it firm, it doesn't look like a regular looking keyhole. It looks like this, like just looking at it, you bet this probably takes a pretty specific kind of key.
But I meant like the shape, like the little, or Only clue that Firm has is that this guy took a wand with him. What if can we just stick this wand that we got into the hole?
You want to try sticking a wand into the opening?
Firm looks like, can I try that?
I don't think it's the way move. I think we
Not
need
unless
a
you
key.
want to. Well, I can open the door, but it's not going to be quiet.
I don't think
Well,
quiet's really
No, I mean
intention
it's
right now.
going to be incredibly loud, and if it is locked, I can make it not unlocked.
What if I just put this in the hole real quick? If it opens, it
Put
opens.
what in the hole?
This little
stick?
wand the wand that Ember has.
Open the door, Zal.
Dang it.
Are we sure? I'm telling you, if I open this, it's everything nearby is gonna hear.
He's already wanting.
Zal sighs, draws like the bow over the vial, and I'll fucking cast knock on the
Okay.
door.
Can you populate knock for me?
Oh, what is manacles?
Unlock, unstuck, or
Okay.
unbarred.
Okay.
It's loud as shit.
Well, tragic.
Okay. You cast knock, a loud string. Oh, sorry. Use your violin, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The sound of a chord being played on the strings reverberates and echoes down the tunnel. It's a little painful in the ears, but you hear the sound of mechanisms turning, and you see the door and begin lifting up. The knock spell opens the door, but the knock spell does not stop the magical trap on the door. I'll need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw for me. The DC is 16.
I'm gonna die again.
Hey,
Nice, I didn't die. Oh. Wow, we are killing it.
Yeah, very good.
most of
Very
us.
good.
Ember?
Oops,
Ember
that's-
Prime?
What's up?
You need a
Door's open.
con saving throw.
Con saving throw. Sorry.
Con saving throw.
I'm sorry.
I missed that statement.
Con saving throw DC 16 as the magical trap gets set off.
I was just imagining Ember Prime around this, the loud ass Naga. She's like, what? What do y'all want?
Got one pinky in the ear, like
The DC was 16.
It's just me.
As the door opens, the area by the door extending out in a 20-foot radius is filled with a noxious yellowy green gas. Everybody takes 21 poison damage. Half if you succeeded. Affects you even if you don't hold your breath or don't need to breathe. You do not gain the poison condition, though, just the damage itself. But the cloud is lingering in the area right now.
Let's move. Ragnarok will start getting, ignoring distance, the healthy distance between them. He'll just move outside the cloud and wait.
Okay, Ragnarok steps out the cloud. I'm assuming everybody just pushes through to get out of where the cloud is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Okay.
plan.
Okay. The cloud kind of hangs around the area and then is just slowly floating its way down the tunnel you came from. The door remains open. And you find yourselves looking at another tunnel, but it's you can see shortly in the distance tracks, rail tracks for carts to go on, and you can see that there are lights deeper in.
This man was booking it.
I'm gonna real quick cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Just, you know.
Yeah, that's a
cast
good one.
this smidge.
You can hear the sound of something heavy screeching metal on metal.
Does this area that we're in, this doesn't look like an actual mine shaft, right?
I mean, it has like the beginnings of it, but I mean, you're way too far away from the real mine.
Yeah.
Well, that fucking hurt. Did we just stumble down though then?
We keep going.
I think we gotta press on. They know we're here. Let's.
Yep.
Ragnarok, keep that healthy 10 now.
I'm gonna shuffle towards the back.
Realistically, we didn't
Try it.
really have any hopes of surprise. They know we're in town and they're waiting for us to come to them. I think honestly, we need to keep an eye out to make sure we're not surprised.
All I can think about is surprise beholder.
All right, I'm gonna shift myself to the back a little bit. Get after it, Ragnarok. I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Hey,
10 minutes on the clock. Go.
yep, I am hurrying ahead.
Okay. How far ahead do you keep?
Just 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. Hurrying ahead 10 feet, you begin to see it's like the beginnings of tracks. Old. And then they become a little better kept, You begin to see now there's every now and then support beams are being set up around. It's more proper than just rough cut. You can hear that same metallic screech again, and the flickering lights in the distance are becoming more bright. Ragnarok, make a perception check for me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Peering in the distance, you're not quite around the bend yet to see, but you hear very softly. You swear you can hear some people speaking. And then again, that loud screeching noise that is a little more clear. It's wheels. Given the context, it's probably carts being moved on railings. Pressing
press on.
further in. Ragnarok first to peel the corner. You see ahead of you are the rail gives way to a larger intersection. There are hanging lanterns here. There is a large being, a large creature of some kind that is like pushing heavy carts laden with some kind of rock in it. And there are two individuals in these red robes that appear to be observing and giving instruction. And the rail system goes beyond where they are. The tunnels going seemingly deeper in, farther under the city as well. Make a stealth check for me. Well, actually, are you even stealthing?
I don't think so, because I feel like our surprise has been ruined already.
Because of the noise, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just moving forward. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You see these people, but they don't seem to have noticed you yet.
I'd like to cast Longstrider on myself.
Okay. Does Longstrider have a verbal component?
Let me find out.
And your
Yes, it
con
does.
save is good? Okay. Very good. Then I will bring you to where you are. You are here.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, most of you should see because of the lighting in here. Yeah, you see a not a familiar not a familiar person, but a familiar kind of entity. As there appears to be a flesh golem here. You would run across one of these in those in the tunnels of Gaul. One had like a dead, I think I forget. I don't know if it was a dead goblin or something.
It was a guy. I don't even
It
think
was a
a
dead
goblin.
gnome.
Yeah, it was a dead
Yeah.
guy like strapped to the back, Mad Max style.
I don't think he was. I think the yeah, it was dead, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was just hanging limp.
You see one of these kind of similar stitched together beings are moving carts laden with a silvery kind of rock-like material. And then there are two figures in robes that are kind of directing them. At the casting of the Longstrider spell, the flesh creature continues its job, but the two people in robes turn and like they make eye contact with you.
Am I seeing any symbols of the children of the dark side? I'm assuming these robes are very familiar.
These robes you actually have not seen yet. Like you haven't seen
Okay.
these before. You're used to the like black robes that they carry.
Okay. I don't know why I thought they were red.
Yeah, these robes are red, but you're used to the everybody wearing black death robes, right? Yeah.
Do they do anything when they make eye contact?
You see that they're like their hands, are we're at a relaxed position. Like their hands are much more. They take a more readied stance of like, oh, there's visitors here, right? You see they both reach in, pull wands out, and they look at each other and are just looking at you right now.
Hello. We don't have to do anything aggressive. We're just here looking for a friend.
You hear
My hands are up too in a very like,
your
hey,
hands
not
are
trying
up.
to hurt you.
Yeah.
Although I am on the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, give me just a moment. I gotta step away from the keyboard for just a second.
Love that the aspect of it is they're looking at you just hanging from the ceiling.
I never said I came down, so here we go.
Either we stumbled onto it, or we stumbled onto something else that is also bad.
Which is also a
Yep.
problem because that just
Yeah, and
means another bad thing.
look, stack them up. Maras is fucking riddled.
There's just so much happening in this place. It's a booming city.
The presence of a flesh golem means that nothing good has
Nothing good.
happened here.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is
just
bad.
throwing this out there. The only thing that we have run into here in Maras that did not originate in Bastion at this point is the Beholder. I'm just throwing that out there.
The
We don't
worm
know.
didn't.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how'd you like to play?
Too soon.
Too soon for a Lincoln joke.
Actually, has anyone seen Bo Burnham? He made a joke like that, and he's like, "Too late, too late."
You hear your voice echo out, though you don't see where it's coming from. Somewhere near where they are. It's about time you all showed up.
You good?
Well, that answers that.
You need
Wasn't sure if you got my message or not.
Go on, Ragnarok.
Go on, Ragnarok. Why'd you say it like that?
I mean, while I have that inspiration.
Time to go to work.
I love how you just summon him. You're like, get at it. Get at it.
That's not bad at all.
Unleash the fury.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna make it before I left town.
Can we hear approximately where this voice is coming from? Do we have a general area?
You're hearing it. It's like around this area. Like
Great. Can
you
I
don't
cast a
see the
spell?
person. Can you cast a spell?
Yep.
We will find out.
The spell, the counter spell, to count the spell.
Or just initiative.
Okay. You move to cast a spell.
Mhm.
Okay. You begin the incantations of a spell. That is a. Hold on just one moment. Oh, I did. Okay. Okay, cool. You make the movements of beginning to cast a spell,
Mhm.
and you see one of the robed figures. Their wand makes a rune in the air, and your spell unravels in front of you. And
Okay.
you are. It is. I don't know what level spell you are casting.
First level spell.
Okay, then it would unravel.
What?
Oh, it's nice that your heroes live up to their reputation. Aggressive. I love it.
Oh,
Shall we dispose with formalities then?
Do you have any interest in formalities?
You see a figure leap down from an elevated platform above, landing with a thud.
hefty.
You see, wreathed in shadows, a figure 8 feet tall, maybe 9, thick arms with mottled feathering every now and then coming out from underneath their leathered armor and robes, and a face, the mixture of orc and Kenku. You see this figure standing in the darkness. Well, in the light.
Hey. Menacing.
I've been waiting so long to meet you. Rainier Catterfield.
Was that?
Kind of spreads his hands and just gestures like around, but he's not gesturing to this place. He's just gesturing around. Because you are responsible for me being here. In a way, you made me. You and that lawmaster.
I do believe you're going to have to be more specific.
Kind of strolls back and forth a little bit. Well, see, I knew you wouldn't know. Why would you? You and the militia and bastion. So full of yourselves. Hero of Wellsworth. You remember that? You remember slaying that lich and all his dead?
He doesn't say anything. He just stares out.
Yeah, I know you do. It was a big deal for you. Started your whole career. Led you to where you are now. You killed that lich. Freed the countryside of his evil. But you never came back to find out what happened. You see, that evil, that death, the threat of death itself, that kept us safe from a lot of worse things out there. And without it, it's only a matter of time. Did you know, a few months after you saved everyone, a band of wild orcs ravaged that countryside and town? Taking, pillaging, doing whatever they wanted. Where was the militia then? No, they took what they wanted, did what they wanted, and then when they grow bored, they left. When my mother had me, she cried, I'm told, for days. And then, when I was a wee thing, she took me out into the wild. She said she couldn't stand the sight of me. Left. I should have died. Things being as they are, kind of rolls his shoulders. You can see just the mass of muscles that an orcish form carries, but the skin is black, like the Kenku. Not too easy to kill an abomination like me. So I survived. I fed the gods of death, one soul after another, one creature after another. And they blessed me. He holds out his hands, and you can see shadows pouring and pooling around his feet and rolling around his body. You see, Rainier are the same. Two sides of the same coin, don't you see it? One light, one dark.
I will activate my Rite of the Dawn.
See, the head has a little bit of a tilt, the way a bird does suddenly. Oh, I love this trick. Now, in the spirit of honesty, I just wanted to meet you and the rest of the 5th season. I'm a big fan. But you don't want to do this. You're not ready for it yet. So I'll let you walk away. Or I can teach you a lesson.
Why do they always talk shit?
Coming from you.
Ember, can you make a perception check?
Sure can.
Nice.
Ooh. You see that creature beyond him, right? These two people standing at the ready with their wands. You see the flesh golem just moving these mine carts with the stone in them. There's 3 carts right now. With that 24, you recognize the mineral that's in that cart. They are full of manolin, the stuff that powers the Praetor armor.
Yeah.
This, you don't know if this is all of it, right, in the city, but the Praetors are the future of the protection of the city, and without this mineral,
There are no Praetors.
correct.
Ooh.
What's your call, Winia?
Why did you even come to Maras? If your problem was with Rainier here, why not meet him in Bastion? Why come to my home instead?
Where's the fun in that? Besides, my problem is with them, but I don't have a problem with your city in particular. I just hate this fucking world that birthed a thing like me.
Can't say that.
So, I'll let you leave the way you came.
What you doing with all that manolin?
I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just making sure Maras doesn't have the protection it so relies on.
In the back of the group, I'm gonna glance over at Anir and give Bardic Inspiration as I say, "Moment of truth, hero."
His logic's backwards. How he don't like this world, but then he gonna come fuck up a city?
You see his head kind of tilt to the side, so he's speaking. His beak is a little turned to the side a little bit, and he says, "Go on now. Load it in the elevator. They're not gonna give us any trouble, are you?"
How far does
You
this
s-
reach?
You see the flesh golem begin moving carts.
Well, tragedy.
Yeah.
As everybody starts measuring ranges.
Let me just murder this room.
Yeah. Oh, what's her face on the left on the bottom left over here? Get that bitch. Get that bitch.
Get that bitch, he said. Okay. There are three
It's
cards.
funny. I don't recall what source book "Get That Bitch" is in. Where do I look that up?
I guess get that bitch. The flesh golem begins moving one of the carts towards an elevator.
Nice.
I would like to target the flesh golem. I know we're
Yeah,
at time, but like,
I reckon this is where we reach bullet time. A bunch of people are about to trigger some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be a good stopping point, and then it sounds like you all would begin launching your assault at these people. So we'll end here, and we'll pick up again next week.